guys, today we need to learn about attribute selectors on CSS. Right here I have added a link that goes to our style.css, and this is how you add a link. And here I have another list, and inside the list I have the href, which has father, mother and son, So if I run this, you see we get this. So what I want to show you, I need to show you the how to use the attribute selectors. So attribute selectors were introduced in CSS2, and as you may expect from the name, they allow you to specify rules that match element based on their attributes, and such as, let's say, this href or title and the value of those attributes. So there's 4 types of selectors in CSS2, which in CSS3 things has a little bit changed, but they are almost the same. So we have the we can have the just simple attribute selector, we can have exact attribute value selector, and we can have the partial attribute value selector, and also the language attribute selector. That's why I have this language here, because I want to show you how to use this. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to apply, first of all, the simple attribute selector rule to an element that have the specified attribute defined. So regardless of the attribute value. So for example, if I'm going back to this, you need to create this file here, the style.css, and have it here. And here I'm going to create the simple attribute selector, and I'm going to use, because here we have this link here, I'm going to use the A, and then you add this brackets, and then in here you add this, and then curly brackets, and then we put the color to red, and then we remember to close this, see, and then save, and then see. But this means it's just a simple attribute selector which applies rule to the element that have the specified attribute defined, and regardless of the attribute value. So if we check, we see we apply all of our attributes, you see. So all of the elements in the markup have the rel or rel attribute, despite they are having different values. So in this case, therefore all elements have the value applied. So if you want to be more specific, you can use another type of attribute, which is called exact attribute value selector. Okay, so I'm going back here. I'm going to add, because okay, let's look on this. So you see I have son, mother, father, like a son. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add exact on this son, so that we only see red on this. So what you have to do, you have to add from this rel, you put equal to this quotation, single quotation, then you add the name of the attribute. So if you save now again, and then we have to refresh, you see we have only on this son. Okay, so this code apply the rule only to this element in the markup, and because it select only the element that have the exact value of son. If you want to select both of the element that have this value, you would use partial attribute value selector. Okay, but this is very simple. Let me show you from here. So you can see there's a sun here, but if I want to target anything that has got the sun, then I have to use the partial attribute value selector. And here it's very simple, because you just have to add I don't know how to call this, sign this, let's see, you have to add this symbol, and you have to be closer, you see. So this means it's going to, this is called the partial attribute value selector. It's going to select anything that has got sun. So if we check from here HTML, we still have sun here and then sun here. So if I refresh, I go back, refresh, probably we need to run we rerun this, we run it again and see, you see. So I have son and father, just because I have son here and this. So this is called the partial attribute selector. So this could look for the value son as part of the space separated list, in most cases a word in any rel attribute, and so apply the rule to the elements of this one and this one. So you can also, if you really don't understand what's going on, you can just hover over this and it tell you what it means. Specify the relationship, the page target object to the link object. So, and you can do almost for all this content URI tag. You can learn through if you don't want And the final one that I want to teach you, to show you, is the language attribute selector that applies the rule to the element that have the attribute matching the first argument in a selector, the value of which is the second argument in a selector, followed immediately by hyphen. You see, so it's also very simple, but you just have to add you have to add you put the lang here, because I have the language here, this three, and here I have en, and eg. So what I have to do, I'm going to delete this one and put the lang, okay, and immediately you have to put the hyphen. Hyphen means the pipe, and how do we put this pipe here? Yeah, this one, and equal to, let's say, this has to be put together. You see, if you separate them, give a space, then it's not gonna work. And here you have to put, let's say, if here I have en, eg, so I'm going to apply en to US and EU en, and apply the, let's see what will happen, en, and save. And then let's see, you see, the mother and son, the language is English, so we just apply on the English. If you apply for the let's see, en, I mean, is for the British, which is eg. I don't know why eg, but eg. Then let's see, you see the father. So that's was the last attribute, which is called the language attribute selector, which ignore all these selector. And these selectors all element with the lang attribute, whose value begin with either en or eg, regardless of their counter values. That is element. That's element like eg and en. You could use this selector for any attribute with the hyphen separated value, but in the great majority of cases, those will be the language code. You see. So that was a simple tutorial for how to use the selector or attribute selectors. So maybe in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use these also in CSS3, or maybe they have add more advanced features. So, but for now, you really have to practice how to. That's how you use the attribute selectors to target the specific attribute. So thank you guys for the time, and remember, subscribe, and bye.